Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Right Now Oregon News Show. I'm Alex McCadden, reporter from Lebanon. First off, the Northwest Observer reports that climate-friendly areas are to be implemented in Bend. You can read this article on northwestobserver.com. War hero movie star Alex Garlatos is running in the Republican primary for House District 4. He was previously the Republican nominee for Congressional District 4 in 2020 and 2022. House Speaker Mike Johnson announced his senior staff hires. His congressional chief of staff will come on board as the senior staffer for the Speaker's office. Governor Tina Kotek appointed former White House Senior Public Health Policy Advisor Dr. Sajal Hathi to be director of the Oregon Health Authority. Dr. Hathi has also served on a United Nations Advisory Group on Women's and Children's Health. The city of Sweet Home issued a water quality update following the drawdown at the Green Peter Dam. The drawdown in floating water quality for multiple cities along the Santiam River was initiated by a lawsuit filed by the Northwest Environmental Defense Center, housed at Lewis and Clark University in Portland. In remarks delivered on the Senate floor, Republican leader Mitch McConnell said that college radicals are entitled to opinions, not donors. You can read his remarks in full on Right Now Oregon. Linn County residents are invited to a Community Wildfire Protection Plan town hall on December 6th in Sweet Home. The Linn County Wildfire Ready Night will focus on education, information, and public feedback. OFA Media got exclusive coverage of an Oregon student who claims they were disciplined for religious and political speech at a public school. You can read the article on OFA Media. On this week's episode of the Oregon Tolling Updates podcast, the guest is Metro Councilor Christine Lewis. You can listen to the episode on Substack. The Northwest Observer reports that Representative James Heeb was appointed to the Willamette Falls Locks Authority. You can read that article on northwestobserver.com. The Oregon Supreme Court will hear arguments about Measure 113 on December 14th. You can read an update from 13th Plaintiff State Senators on Right Now Oregon. The Oregon Republican Party published a statement on the Secretary of State's infringement on the First Amendment. This follows a contract signed by Democrat Secretary of State Lavon Griffin-Vallad with a British AI firm to monitor so-called election information online. The Clackamas County Republican Committee and House Republican Caucus issued similar statements. In remarks delivered on the Senate floor, Republican leader Mitch McConnell said that rising violent crime includes a spike in anti-Semitic hate. You can read his remarks in full on Right Now Oregon. Congresswoman Lori Chavez-DeRemer introduced legislation to rein in unnecessary spending on federal office space. The federal oversight of construction use and safety would also address safety issues near public buildings. Salem voters rejected a payroll tax with over 80% voting no. Representative Ed Deal's response is posted on Right Now Oregon. At their weekly meeting, the Linn County Commissioners got a planning and building update. Additional notes from the meeting are posted on Right Now Oregon. The Republican National Committee announced participants for the third Republican presidential debate in Miami. You can watch a recording of that debate on Rumble. The Northwest Observer reported on a recent Oregon summit focused on youth substance abuse disorders. You can read that article on northwestobserver.com. Salem's Capacity Solutions hosted a Veterans Day ceremony in Kaiser on November 11th. The event raised funds for Lines for Life Military Line and IACT to focus on veteran suicide prevention. Oregon State Representative Lily Morgan announced she is resigning to be appointed city manager of Gold Hill. Her resignation is effective New Year's Eve. In remarks delivered on the Senate floor, Republican leader Mitch McConnell said that Democrats are throwing money at border crisis, while Republicans are focused on policy solutions. You can read his remarks in full on Right Now Oregon. City County Insurance Services warned its members this month that the state appeals court killed recreational immunity. CIS now recommends that cities and counties require members of the public to sign waivers for use of their public parks. Senator Lynn Finley of Vail announced that he will not be running for re-election. Former House Republican leader Mike McLean announced that he will be running in the Republican primary to succeed him. On a personal note, I worked with Senator Finley to pass 2 telecommunications bills during the 2019 legislative session. He worked with honor and distinction on behalf of his constituents, and I appreciate his hard work for the residents of Eastern Oregon. OFA Media's David Medina Live covered the Portland teacher strike and election results across the country this week. You can watch that episode on Right Now Oregon. Congressman Cliff Bentz served as Speaker pro tem in the House of Representatives this week. Pro tem presiding officers rotate regularly in both the House and Senate, as both the House Speaker and Senate President are frequently engaged in other business. Congresswoman Lori Chavez-DeRemer and her colleagues introduced bipartisan legislation to help lower prescription drug costs. The Delinking Revenue from Unfair Grouping Act would tackle practices used by pharmacy benefit managers that drive up costs for prescription medications. The Republican National Committee announced media partners for the next Republican presidential primary debate in Alabama. The debate will be organized with the help of the Megyn Kelly Show on Sirius XM, the Washington Free Beacon, and Rumble. The city of Lebanon issued a water quality update following the drawdown at the Green Peter Dam. As noted earlier, the drawdown imploding water quality for multiple cities along the Santiam River was initiated by a lawsuit filed by the Northwest Environmental Defense Center, housed at Lewis and Clark College in Portland. Representative Jamie Kate published her monthly constituent newsletter. Among other topics, Rep. Kate discussed water quality issues facing multiple cities along the Santiam River that resulted from the Green Peter Dam drawdown initiated by a lawsuit filed by the Northwest Environmental Defense Center housed at Lewis and Clark College in Portland. Our final two news stories this week are from the Northwest Observer. Legislators in Oregon and Washington are proposing year-round daylight savings time. The Oregon Republican Party released its new platform and announced new volunteer incentives. You can read both articles on northwestobserver.com. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Right Now Oregon. Remember, you can download the Right Now Oregon app on the Amazon App Store. Catch daily Oregon news updates at rightnoworegon.com.